Africa's consumer spending could hit 2.5 trillion by 2030. Anyone looking for the next major market opportunity, better engage now. There's a transformation happening across Africa that doesn't always make the headlines, but it's one of the biggest economic shifts of the 21st century. The continent is on track to build one of the largest middle classes on earth. Not a small rise, not a niche demographic, but hundreds of millions of people stepping into new levels of income, stability, and aspiration.
And the pace is wild. Africa's middle class is already estimated at around 350 to 400 million people. But by 2035, that number could double. By 2050, it could approach 1 billion people. That's like adding the entire population of the US and Europe into a brand new consumer market, and it's happening in real time.
You can feel this shift in the cities. Nairobi, Accra, Kigali, Abidjan, they're buzzing with a new kind of energy. New malls, new restaurants, new apartments, new co-working spaces. People aren't just spending to survive anymore. They're spending to live, to express themselves, to experience more.
And that's the real signal of a rising middle class. Discretionary spending. When people start choosing what they want, not just what they need, the entire economy transforms. Here's the scale of it. Africa's consumer spending is projected to reach 2.5 trillion by 2030. Nigeria alone has more than 40 million middle-class consumers. Kenya's retail sector has grown steadily as disposable income rises. And across the continent, mobile money transactions now exceed 800 billion a year, a sign of a financially active population.
Nigeria's fashion scene is a perfect example. Local designers are building brands that sell out instantly. Tailored suits, handcrafted bags, luxury streetwear. And these brands are shipping globally.
And it's not just fashion. Look at food culture. New restaurants, cafes, bakeries, lounges. Places that didn't exist 10 years ago. Middle-class consumers are exploring cuisine, hosting brunches, celebrating milestones. That's cultural evolution powered by rising incomes.
Because a rising middle class stabilizes economies. It creates predictability, the foundation of long-term investment. When people have stable incomes, they save more, they invest more, and they spend more consistently.
People still imagine Africa as low income, but malls, cafes, fintech apps, mortgages, and domestic tourism tell a different story. Kenya's digital lending platforms have given millions access to credit. Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire are expanding mortgage markets. Ethiopia is building massive housing developments for first-time homeowners.
And home ownership changes everything. When people own homes, they invest in neighborhoods. They buy furniture, appliances, decor. They care about security, schools, parks. A middle class doesn't just grow, it stabilizes society.
A billion-person middle class will reshape global brands, global markets, and global culture. Companies that ignore Africa now will be playing catch-up later. Africa's middle class surge is more than numbers. It's a story of dignity, aspiration, and possibility.
Because when millions of people step into stability and opportunity, they don't just change their lives, they change their country.
The next era of global growth will be shaped by the regions where people are rising fastest.
This is a continental shift. When you grow populations, you change narratives and you change futures.